record. Oopsie poopsie. Okay. So that's how the duplication happens. It happens when, we are working on ourselves living, a healthier lifestyle, but we are teaching other people to teach other people to do it. That is the secret of this business. And once your mindset changes to that, and once you can realize that that's how to truly be successful and make the most money, but also change the most lives, it will be a game changer. Something. All right, let me make sure. You guys keep yourselves muted. I'm just going to make sure all you guys can't mute yourselves. But I want you guys to understand this, that it is one of the most important things in this business. You cannot promote. Let me get my notes. You guys cannot promote without signing distributors. Like you just, hey, I'm on my training. Go. Okay. You cannot promote without signing distributors. Like I hate to say it, but you could get an awesome paycheck from just signing customers, but you cannot go to diamond or to double or beyond without bringing in team members. So this is a must. This is something that you need to do. And I will say this, from the tips these ladies are going to give you, you guys are going to have an awesome little roadmap. I want you to make sure you take notes and apply it. But one of the most important things too is that you are using the product and you are getting results with the products. And the reason why that's so important is because that is actually, there it is. That's actually going to draw distributors in. When people see that other people want what you have, or when they want what you have, that is going to help them be willing to get out of a comfort zone and do the business. Does that make sense? Like if you're showing, oh my gosh, everybody wants this keto coffee. Oh my gosh, I have all these amazing results. Oh my gosh, I love the greens. Oh my gosh, this, oh my gosh, that. And you show them the benefits. When they have that belief in the product, they're going to want to jump into the business. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to have Shandy go first. Roxanne. Let me see her face. Let me find her. I had to make sure you guys couldn't unmute yourself because some of y'all getting crazy. Oh, I see you. Hold on. All right. Hello. Hi. Okay. So you guys, what I'm going to do with these girls is I gave them a couple questions ahead of time and I'm going to have them answer them. But first, tell everybody, who you are and a little bit about you.
All right, so I am Shandy Messer, and I am double diamond and officially chartered for triple. I'm super excited. I have 2 kids myself. I don't know if she wants me to fully tell my story. Do you want me to tell my how many kids I got, things like that?
Yeah, just your because of it works, like what we talked about.
Okay, perfect. So because of it works. So a little bit of background on me. So before I started this company, I was going through some nasty postpartum depression. My daughter, she was at the time 6 months old. And I just was one of those people that I was I need to do something different with my life. And I knew that at the same time, I also wanted to work on my health. And so I had been actually seeing Christy on my social media, believe it or not, for 4 years, you guys, before I actually took that leap. I wasn't obviously watching her consistently, but I did see her pop up. And so finally, she just caught me at the right time. I just say it was God's timing. She wrote me and she was just like, hey, I just want to know if you are interested in joining my team. And I was like, I don't know. And I'll be honest with you guys, the reason why I didn't is because of all those doubts and fears that every single one of us have. We all have the same exact fears before we want to do something like this, because let's be honest, we're going out of a comfort zone. And so we just don't want to do anything, right? And because we don't want to have to learn extra things. But I finally was just talking to my husband about it. And I was just let's pray about it. If this is the right thing for me, then, maybe it's something that I could try out. And so I went to California, I came back, I got my products, I started on them. And within the first week, you guys, I went from being that person that was literally stuck in bed, that didn't want to get out, I literally was nursing my daughter. And I felt like that itself is a full-time job. And so I was really struggling. And then I just decided that it was time to do something different. And my husband and I had been praying about it. 1 second. Honey, can you please take her? So sorry, the baby's freaking out. So anyways, so I had just decided that I was like, it's time to do something different. And that was when I took that leap of faith. I actually FaceTimed Christy, didn't even know who she was. And I was just like, hey girl, I'm ready. Like, let's do this. And she was in the car with all of her kids. And she's like, okay, like, yeah, let me get you started. And so that's like our joke, is that literally, like, I feel like just building that interaction was awesome because I felt like I knew her before we even got started. And I was really excited. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I was just like, I'm ready to start something new. So within the first week of using our products, I dropped 4 pounds. I had more energy than I knew what to do with. And I was just like, I'm ready. Let's do this. I literally, when I say I hit the ground running, that is not an exaggeration. I literally started and I was like, what do I need to do? What apps do I need to purchase? What do I got to get to make my page look all cute like yours? And she just kind of gave me all the things and I was just like, I'm ready. Let's do this. And so I jumped right in.
Okay, I love that because you guys, at the end of the day, like, immediately you have to take action. You can't just take tips. You have to take action. And that was the biggest thing that people I see that go quickly or become successful is they're willing to take the action, whether the results come quickly or not. But okay, so let's go on to the questions. How do you prepare to sign a lot of distributors? So for example, you know, you didn't sign 1 million when you first started, but then this last month you signed a bunch. And so what do you do in order to kind of prepare to sign a lot of distributors, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So I think that it's truly, it's all your mindset. And I think a lot of times it's super easy to get in our heads and talk ourselves out of things. And I really feel like it's the consistency. So a lot of people that I feel like have signed with me recently are literally people that I've been talking to for the 7 months that I've been in the business. So I put all that work in the beginning, and you guys, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't like, I want to give up, you know, a few days in, because I was like, I'm getting no's, I'm getting all these things, but you guys, we all get the exact same thing. We all get those people that are going to tell us it's not going to work for us and all these things. But when you show somebody that you're consistent and that they can't tear you down just by saying something, they give up, you guys. Those people go away. And when they're like, whoa, she's succeeding, I will tell you guys, I get more compliments from people now than I think I ever have in my life. They're like, I'm so happy. You look so happy. And I just think that that's why people are more drawn into me, is because of the consistency. It's that 90 days to diamond, you guys. It's that checklist that you do every single day and you do not skip one thing. You have all of the things on there that you need to make sure you're doing every day. If you guys leave one step out, just one simple step, that could be the reason why you don't succeed. So just making sure that you're just doing that same checklist every day, doing Friday follow-ups, using those Fridays for following up with your people is exactly what I like to do, because I feel like all week long, you know, you're sending all your messages, but then all of a sudden, you know, you get to your Fridays, and that's when, if you go back through and then you respond to all of those, then you feel like you're keeping up with everything. So I really just think it's that consistency. It's just making sure that you are not missing anything, like making sure your timeline pops, you guys. That is like huge to me. Like, nothing drives me more crazy than when I look at somebody's like timeline and it's like, you know, this Sally's recipe and this person's, you know, dad shared this, so I'm going to share it. And that, you know, it's just like, if you go through someone's timeline and it doesn't look professional, you guys, and it looks super spammy, when you're adding to your network, which is what you obviously have to do to get those distributors, if they go to your timeline, which is the first thing they're going to do other than checking your stories, if they go to your timeline and it looks super spammy and it doesn't look like professional, I think that's going to be the first turnoff and you're not going to grow your network. So I think just really just making sure that you keep your timeline super professional, you know, doing that, what do you call it, Christy? Like the post where, you know, you talk about offering the business at the end, like you call it something.
Oh, the call to action?
Yeah, the call to action. So just like making sure that every day you do a cute photo of yourself, or you and your friend, or you and your husband, or your spouse, or your aunt, whatever it is, just making sure that it is a cute picture with that call to action. And it's not like just a random like thing that you took off the internet and you posted it, which, don't get me wrong, like you can post like a, what do you want to call it? Like a inspirational quote or something here and there, but you guys try to keep the recipes and all of that stuff off your timeline. Make it look super professional. Act like you're a business. And that's what I think really draws people in, is everyone tells me that they love how I promote the company and they love how my stories look super professional and I got cute stories. And I think that's really what draws people in.
I love that. And that actually leads to our next question. So I know you've been doing this kind of with your girls and stuff, so I thought this would be awesome. So how do you, I feel like people are willing to post if they knew what to post, right? If I say, hey, Shandy, here's this, go post this, all of a sudden you do it. But if I don't give you something every single day, all of a sudden you don't do it. You guys have to become independent. So Shandy, how do you create posts, pictures, content, and how often should we be doing that?
So honestly, I feel like I kind of go different. So I feel like I have some girls that really are just like, I'm not good at creating content, but all that content is there for us, you guys. Like, download that app. The Telegram app is absolutely amazing. All of the stories are in there, but you guys keep them stories loaded. Like, I personally try to do at least like 2 different product stories a day and 1 business story in there. But in between those, it's just a matter of making sure that you have, like, if you've got an inspirational quote that you are wanting to share, don't put that on your timeline, put it in your stories to break up those product stories. Sharing pictures of your family, your kids playing, whatever it may be, just try to break it up so it's not just businessy in your stories. But really, I think that my thing is too, is just like making sure that you have all of that content. I try to create that for the girls, but using the Over app, utilizing that Over app is seriously so amazing. And it's like easy for us because, say for instance, you know, you see Sally has like this super cute story and she's got a picture of herself on each slide. And you're like, okay, well, I can't use that. No, you can use that. You guys, you hold down your phone, you screenshot, and then you can just literally use the Over app and put your photo over the top of the picture of whoever else's picture is on there. So I just think that that's like been super important, is like just learning how to really use that app. And if you guys are not certain on how to use that, YouTube it, like YouTube how to use the Over app. Christy, I know, has some photo or some video on her YouTube as well that kind of talks about like how to use the Over app and really utilize that. Telegram, like I said, has been a big one as well that I tell my girls to use. And then, yeah, pretty much that's it.
So when you're going to create, like as far as like pictures, because we had talked about this, about how, you know, you have gone out, you pre-plan, you change your that sort of thing. Can you kind of share that with them? Because I think a lot of people are like, well, I don't have any more things to post.
Yeah. Okay. So as far as the actual photos go, you guys, I will tell you that that was one of my biggest struggles in the beginning because I did not have the confidence, you guys. I know that you guys are probably like, oh, you're so confident, you're this and you're that. No, you guys, this girl was not that girl 7 months ago. I wouldn't have been caught dead taking photos of myself and just posting them all over. Like, I just was super I wasn't confident. And so I think that through the business, it's been awesome for me because, you know, Christy had kind of given me the tip that like, if you get ready one day, so like today I got ready, right? So if I just go and I take like 5 or 6 different tops and I just go take photos, I have my photos for the whole week. You know, you have different photos that you can share all week. So something that I did with some of the girls that live in the town with me this week is we just set up, we're going to try to do 2 times a month where we go and we take group photos and we take like different photos around town and just like pictures of us, like cute pictures if you like are acting like you're working on your phone, or like if you have a laptop, you know, set your laptop up and act like you're working on your laptop. Just cute little like fun, spunky photos. You can also look on like Pinterest as well. That's kind of where I got an idea of like blogger type photos. And so I kind of just took some different like poses that they had on there and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I just set my phone on a selfie timer and then I set it for 10 seconds and my phone has portrait mode. And I know not everybody's does, but you guys all have a self timer on your phone, no matter what kind of phone it is. Just really figuring out how to use that and set your phone up and just put it in, like, for instance, I do it in the rooms where the lighting is facing me, because you guys, there's nothing worse than going to somebody's timeline and seeing a dark photo. Like, if you can't really see that photo and it does not pop, like, that's not catching anybody's eye. So just making sure that you have bright, like pretty popping photos, and presets. Get that preset, you guys. Presets are super important and they're super cheap. You can go on Etsy and actually purchase presets from anywhere from like $3 to $5. It'll show you what your picture would look like before, and then it shows you what your picture looks like after you add that preset. And I think that's what's super important, is just making sure that those photos are bright. And yeah, just setting up all the different photos for throughout the week. If you are like me, you got days like, as a mom, let's be honest, we don't want to get up. We don't want to get ready for the day. We're just kind of sitting there lounging, having a day. And I just think that I personally just feel like those days are like, okay, perfect. Well, it's all right. Because yesterday I went and took photos and I have like 9 different outfit photos to pick from. So I think that that's really awesome. And if you have your team around you, then taking photos with them is a great idea as well. And just so that you have different variety of photos and it's not always just yourself.
You guys, this is huge. Like, I really want you all to take this to heart, because at the end of the day, like, people still follow me and they still add me and they still this and they still that because my photos. This is social media. You have to take photos. Literally anywhere I go, Erin knows that we take the first 5 to 10 minutes, we get the photos, and then we go do what we're doing. Like, you're not taking anything away from your family. You're not taking anything away from your vacation. Like, it takes freaking 5 seconds to take the photo, take one here, take one there, take one here, put a shawl on, take a jacket off, whatever. And literally, this is going to be huge. Yeah. So someone said, do you delete older pictures on your Instagram? No, just move forward with it.
Yeah, I feel like people only scroll for so long.
Yeah, and people know like you're starting something new. So Michaela asked, what preset do you use?
So when I say I went all in, I wasn't kidding. I literally paid $40 for my presets because I just loved this girl that I followed. It's on Instagram. Her name is Natalie Kennedy Blog. Kennedy, I think is how she spells her last name. Blog, all one word. And then right there in her link tree, she had like the whole preset thing on there. It's a package of 10 of them. So I have it to where like, so say if I go to the beach or something, there's like a preset that she has that brings out the blues. Or like for me, as you guys know, I love to wear bright lips. And so I liked the preset that she had because it makes me look tan, but it pops my lips and makes me just look bright. And I feel like it makes my photos really stand out.
Yeah. And you guys, like, this is actually, it's very important because it's a circle, right? You add someone, they're going to go look at your pictures. They're not going to read your post first. They're going to look at your picture. If your picture gets their attention, they'll read the first line of your post. The first line of your post gets their attention, they will continue reading it. And that is the goal. So if you can get your pictures good, that is the goal. Because I see some people on Instagram, they have like 30,000 followers, and I actually go to like their pictures and I'm like, this is nothing fancy, but it's because they have a preset and it all looks super uniformed and just classy, and people want to follow them because of that. So as far as creating your actual like business posts, where do you get inspiration from that? How do you do that? Because obviously we know you have to be consistent with it.
Yes. So I feel like that was another really scary thing is because I was like, well, I'm not good with words, like, I don't know if I can do this. You guys, I have just followed a few other girls that have inspired me throughout the company. And I feel like I kind of get some ideas from them, just so that I can kind of keep it different. But I always add my own touches to all of the things that I copy and paste, you guys. And another big thing is like, do not share the same thing that somebody else shared on that day, because it messes up the algorithm. So if you like something that you see that like myself or Christy or whoever posts on that day, copy that context to your notes in your phone and then put your own personal information in and use that on like a different day. I also go and I do post a lot of different things on the post ideas in our Make It Happen Wrappers page for you guys as well. I try to keep those like loaded in there so that you guys can steal those. If you're bad with words and you're like, I don't know what to post for this day, but I need a call to action, go to the post ideas in our Make It Happen Wrappers page because there's so many on there. And I think that that's a really good place. And you go into the comments. Everything you need is in the comments section of whatever the post is that you're looking at. So in the comments, you can steal any of those out of there. I feel like those are super important. And then one other thing that I think is really important to you guys is make sure that when you're doing the stories, do not screenshot stories and post those to your timeline. You guys, stories are for strictly stories only. Like, I think that I see a lot of people that I follow, and what they're doing is like they're taking an actual story post and they're putting it on your timeline. You guys, that is way too salesy. Like, if you want to post like a cute photo, like for the coffee samples like we're doing, make sure it's just like a bright picture of like the coffee samples themselves. If you have them, take a picture of them in your house or whatever. But don't just post the actual stories to your timeline, because I feel like it's just too like salesy looking, if that makes sense. But that just came to mind, so I had to share it. Sorry.
No. Yeah, that's good. So one last thing with the post, you guys, something that's super important is that it's okay to borrow people's posts, but I will say this, if you who just started this business, or maybe you're a year in, take someone's post who does not talk like you, doesn't have a vocabulary like you, it's completely different than you, and then you post it, they are going to know that that is stolen, and they will swipe right over it. They will not even pay attention. So it's okay to get ideas, but change the first line. If you don't use emojis and you all of a sudden have this post with like 80,000 emojis, it's going to look weird, right? So it's okay to get ideas, but I will challenge you guys because it's easy. It's so easy to be lazy and just copy and paste everything. I'm going to challenge you guys. You need to get ideas somewhere else every other day. Your goal is to every other day, you can borrow one, switch it up a little bit, and then every other day you need to make one from scratch. Okay.
Writing your own story. That's really what it is. I think if that's what you were going to ask is like, truthfully, you guys, like they always say like facts tell. This is like a big one I learned in the beginning. Facts tell, stories sell. You guys tell your story a million times over. Even if it's hard to put it out there, understand that like when you put your story out there, somebody else can relate to you. Somebody else is going to, you're going to add somebody when you're adding to your network. And they're going to be like, oh, I can relate to this girl. And I think that that's really what brings a lot of people in is like telling your story in different ways. At conference, there was a girl named Cheyenne and she was like, tell your story 10 different times a day. And I was like, 10 times a day? Like, I was like, what does she mean? You guys, she means like when you're on your stories, share your kids playing, share if you don't have kids, share your animals, share whatever you're sharing that shows that you have like real life going on outside of this business. And then just making sure that you talk about like your story throughout, like why you started this business, what got you going, what you're wanting to accomplish out of it, and really just like putting that into like effect. So like saying like, I am going presidential diamond by May 2020. That is what I'm like, that's what I have, May 2020. I'm like saying that and putting it out there is what like makes people know like you're going for it and you're going to make it happen. So speak things into existence.
Okay. So we're 24 minutes into it, so I'm going to end that there. But if you remember anything, we'll jump back to you. So let me find my next lady. So you guys, this is so important. Consistency. I will literally drill into your head till the day I die, because here's the thing. I have people tell me all the time that are like, Christy, I want to be a diamond. I want to make this $15,000 bonus. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then I literally go to your stories and all you have is a stolen product story, and that's it. That's all that's on your stories. It's like 3 slides. It's like, here's my keto coffee. Look at the keto coffee. La, la, la. Buy the keto coffee. And I'm like, dude, I would not even go back to your stories. Have you guys ever followed someone on Facebook or Instagram where like when you just pick up your phone, you're like, I wonder what's on their stories, right? Like it's just interesting. So I know people like that, right? Where I automatically just, they have something entertaining. Like I always go to Eden's and I always go to Savannah's. Like, I don't know why. I'm like, oh, they're going to have the kids, blah, 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 whatever. And so I always like go to theirs because I'm like, there's going to be, or Jamie's, I'm like, she's going to be eating somewhere. I don't know where, but she's going to be probably really good and I'll live through her. Something like that, And so I will go there. And then I'm thinking, why did I go there? You guys have to start thinking, why do you deserve to be a diamond making $2,000 a month when you're not even willing to like share your story? You're not even willing to like put up anything personal in your life or do anything. You do not get to get these goals or sign 1 million distributors if you are not going to be consistent in the work. Copy me, copy Stacy, copy Eden, copy Kara, copy Mikkel. You will never see less than at least like 8 slides loaded up, at least. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, the little lines, they're getting too big, like those spaces. I'm like, I gotta load up, And it's okay, you guys. Make like your story 10 different ways, 10 different times. If I'm ever brain farting, I'll go to one of their stories and I'll be like, okay, I remember how I can explain my story in a new way. I can explain it in a new way, and I'll screenshot their story and I'll just go to over and I'll kind of mimic it with my own pictures and just mimic the words with my story. So you guys need to learn how to do that. You have to. And then guess what? You can just switch out those pictures and a background when you want to make it a new story. Like, it's so freaking easy, like so freaking easy. And yes, what Stacy said, throughout the day, if you wake up in the morning and you load 80 stories, you're going to be at the last line, right? Like, people are going to go through it and then you're going to be at the end. But if you do like a story in the morning, a story on your lunch break, a story at night, that's what keeps you at the front of the Facebook and Instagram stories. Okay. All right. Whew. Let me see, Eden. I see Eden. So all these ladies were top distributor enrollers, killing the game. So I'm going to actually ask you the last question first, just so that we can make sure we cover it. So as far as like messaging, do you message? What are your tips on messaging? Like, where do you find them? How often and whatnot?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you now.
So messaging, Christy can't say it enough that she messages for distributors. And I remember on one of the last Zooms that I was able to talk on with you guys, I was only doing attraction marketing for distributors, and I was only signing like 3 to 5 distributors a month. And then I took into play Christy's advice, because she's number 3 in the company and she knows better than me because she has more experience. So from trainings, I'm learning what to do better, right? And so I started messaging for distributors, and I literally used the same script every single time. I use the ATM script that we use, the ad tag message. If you're new, you can search it on any of the team pages. If you
Hey, you're breaking up a little bit. Wait. Okay, I see you again. All we heard was the ad tag message. You can search it.
Oh, okay. So you can search it in any of the team pages. If you can voice message, that's your best option. I know sometimes it's scary in the beginning, but I've been challenging my new distributors to voice message, and it shows people that you're a real person. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to say something funny, but people are going to know you're real, and they're more likely to open the message to hear what you have to say, because people are curious, and they're more likely to respond as well. And so when people respond to me, I'm literally using the same script every time from the ad tag message. And I go through what Christy gave us, and then I send the 3 videos. I like just sending the link because lots of people, I kind of lose them after I add them to Facebook. And so after using those videos, it's almost immediate. And then the next biggest thing for me, since the Disneyland post and other host-to-post giveaways, take advantage of what your teams are doing giving away. Right now we're doing the huge Disneyland one. Everyone and their mom wants Disneyland tickets. People that live in the middle of the country want Disneyland tickets. So take advantage of that, blow it up. We still have another whole month of that. You can even give away samples and things like that. But I have people posting stories for me, not just on their timeline on Facebook. And I feel like probably half of my distributors from this month came from host-to-post stories on Instagram. And also majority of my customers were from host-to-post stories on Facebook. And what you do is use the over app that Shandy was talking about. Sorry also for my lighting. I'm sitting on the ground in our room.
It's fine.
Anyway. So you can go on the over app, get a cute picture of you that's bright, good lighting, not like in this room right now. I wouldn't take a selfie and post it, you know. I would wait till it's daylight, and I'd go by the window and I'd take a cute selfie, or I'd have my husband take a picture of me when I look cute and have makeup on. And I'd post it on there on a little over slide. You want to make it a story slide, not a square one. So if you notice on the stories, they're long like a rectangle, long and rectangular. There we go. So I have a picture of myself, and I say now hiring really big at the top, and I say looking for mamas, college students, anyone that's looking to make an extra income. You can make an average of $500 to $2,000 a month, all from your phone, text opportunity, and at the bottom of the slide I put my number. And I get texts all throughout the day. And I feel like the trick to this is also the same as loading up your stories throughout the day. You don't want to do it all in the morning or all at night. You want to do a few, like 10 to 20 all throughout the day in different increments. So you're hitting different audiences. that's majority where I get them now, if they don't just come to me already from like swiping up or texting a call to action on my posts. That was the majority of this month.
I love that. That's awesome, because I have not done any for stories yet for the business. That's amazing. Okay, so let's see here. So I forgot, who are you?
Sorry guys, I'm Eden. I'm a triple diamond going presidential diamond, so don't remember the triple part. Let's see, because of It Works, I've been in the business 2.5 years now, and because of It Works, I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom, college dropout. I don't have to be a nurse like I wanted to, because I make way more than that now, and I get to stay home full-time with my baby girl. Because of It Works, we bought a brand new car like a year ago when I was double diamond, and a week from today, on my birthday, I'll be turning 25, and we'll be closing on our first home. Don't tell anyone. This is still secret. I haven't told social media, so you guys are special friends. And so because of It Works, we're buying our first home. And I'm super excited, you guys. We've been able to pay off so much debt. I was able to provide for my husband all through college and nursing school. So he didn't have to work a day in his college career. And he's super thankful for that. Yeah. He says I'm his sugar mama, and that's right. And because of It Works, I've recently lost 42 pounds, and I'm looking like a snack. Probably not in this outfit, but you probably all see my weight loss photos going around. That's me. Probably doesn't look like me though. Anyways,
she's looking like a hot snack in a very slim, tight dress.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyways, okay. So, how do you prepare? Like what we were talking about.
Okay, I wrote down some notes so I wouldn't forget. Okay.
This is important, you guys. This is the most important.
Literally, it's more important than putting in the work, because it has to start with this. It all has to start in your head. I think majority of us on here can say that we're faithful, we believe in a higher power or God, and this is literally what I owe it to. When Christy asked our little group this morning of the top enrollers if we'd want to share tonight, I was like, well, Brian, my husband's name is Brian. I was like, well, what am I going to share? That I asked God to bring me some distributors, and he did? Because that's what I feel like happened. You know, I pray every single day, every single morning and night for my business. And I literally, I feel like this month my faith has grown like tenfold, because I'll kneel down, I'm say what I'm thankful for. I ask for exactly what I want into my business, how much money I want to make, people I want to bring in, people that are like me, people that are go-getters, people that are coachable. And those are the people that have been signing. Of course, everything's not perfect in my business. I still have people that sign up. So,
you cut off. No, this is such a good part. Okay, you said, of course, everything's not perfect. I still have people that sign up and
poop. Okay. I still have people that sign up and then ghost me or cancel their account or freaking use your $69 code and you're pissed, you know? But it happens. It's okay. If you're praying for those people and then you're putting in the action. So pray.
Woman, where are you? Do you live in the middle of the ocean? Wait. Eden.
I live in Idaho. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're about to go on a roll. Guys, oh my gosh, just wait for it. It's just a buildup. It's just a buildup. It's fine. Come on, Eden. Where are you? Y'all need to calm down. Oh, I see your face moving. Are you on a computer?
Yeah. I'll get on my phone right now.
On your phone. Yeah. Okay, guys, wait. You're going to have to pray. Everybody take a minute. Pray right now while she's waiting.
I'm going to leave this one.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, there's Shandy. Hold on. Let me find her. Guys, this is going to be good. So you're just going to have to calm down. Where'd her face go now? She really does live in Idaho. Yeah, no, she really does. But I said the ocean. She's not in the middle of the ocean. Wait, where'd her face go now? Oh, there you are. Making big faces doesn't make me find you faster.
Well, it works.
It does. Oh my gosh, you're so much clearer now. Okay, you pray.
Okay, it's the iPhone 11. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Where was I at?
you were talking about the steps that we take. So you were, you pray every single night for your team, for your business, people you want. You still have people quit, but blah, blah, blah. You pray. And I think you were going through this list.
Yeah. So even though I pray, guys, pray and ask for what I want. Let me go sit on bed. Hold on. Okay. Even though I pray and ask for what I want, I don't get every single thing that I want. I still have people that quit on me, that steal your code, that make you mad, whatever it is. But I'm putting in that daily consistent action, and I'm listening to personal development, or I'm reading personal development, or I'm reading my scriptures, or I get on trainings. And what I love to do when I'm working, if I ever have alone time or if I'm on a power hour, I like to listen to a training on YouTube from some of my favorite leaders. So I'm getting tips, I'm getting personal development in my head, and I'm working. I forget my whole role. So stupid Idaho connection, potato land. But that's basically it. I have to get my mind right. You ask and you shall receive, but you have to put in that work, you guys.
You guys, this is like the most important part. And the reason why, because everyone's like, get your mind right, blah, 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 whatever. I'm too lazy to do the work in the first place. Once you get your mind right and do the personal development and believe that this can happen for you, there's no stopping you from doing the work. You are willing to do the work because you know that the result is going to be there. This is a business. And guess what? You have to put in the work before you're actually paid. That's just what it is. Like, it's a business. And so you have to believe it in order to want to put in the work. So if you don't believe it right now, that's why you're lazy. That's why you're not putting in the work. Because if I were to say, go message 3,000 people, come to my house tomorrow morning, and I'm going to give you $10,000. You'd be like, yeah, done, right? Because it's guaranteed. But I want you to know that this business is based upon the faith that you can make it happen. And then guess what? If you do the work, it is guaranteed. Like, you are bound to be successful. I didn't go fast. I had a slow start. I didn't sign any customers or distributors for my first 3 months. And it is so like tiring hearing people say, well, I'm just so discouraged because I was consistent for 2 weeks. I didn't sign anything. You guys, get over it. Like, this is a freaking business. I did not sign anything for 3 months and I am here. You don't get to make a bunch of money from freaking home, dollar bills, by literally selling health and wellness products and on your phone, literally on your phone bill that you're already paying. You don't get to do that unless you're willing to be consistent and do it regardless. Like, you have to freaking be consistent, and you can't put a limit on it. You can't say, well, people subconsciously, I think they say, well, if I don't blah, blah, blah by this time, then I'm going to quit. No, what you need to say is, I'm shooting for diamond by this month or by next month. And if I don't hit it, I'm going to shoot for it in March or April and May and June. And I don't care. I'm going to make it happen. And it's going to happen in the perfect timing as long as I'm willing to do the work. So, because that's one of the reasons why people quit. Because you're like, I'm not getting the results fast enough. And I'm like, well, you just have to chillax. Okay. So, how do you create your content?
So a lot similar. That doesn't make any sense, but similar to Shandy. Whenever, I feel like Shandy looks cute all the time though, and she's live all the time. But whenever I do look cute and I have on makeup and like maybe I'm going on a date or I'm going to church, that's probably the only times I get ready for the day. Not like that, but I mean, put on makeup and look cute, and want to take pictures. So whenever I do, I have my husband take about 1 million photos of me. I hardly ever do self-timer. That's if I have like, I don't know, good lighting and good makeup and I do selfies or something, but normally it's just my husband taking photos of me. If you don't have someone to take photos of you, ask a stranger or set up a tripod or your timer. My stupid phone. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. So make sure you have the presets like Shandy already shared. Oh yeah. And something else I like to do was look up other bloggers, like she said, on Pinterest, but I like to look at other leaders, people who I feel like I'm attracted to. And I always want to go look at their page for either inspiration or because I think they're so pretty or their clothes are so cute. I go and look at that and I look how they're posing because I feel like I'm always doing the awkward like hand on the hip trying to be cute. But no, like it seems silly and cheesy, but they're clearly know what they're doing. They're making money, or the bloggers that have 1 million followers are making money from it. They know what they're doing and people are attracted to their photos. So take note and try to do those poses. You may feel super awkward, but you actually look good if you put like 1 foot forward or fling your hair or touch your glasses. You'll feel stupid. Like, trust me, people look when you're taking pictures, but it doesn't matter because you're going to have a bomb photo and you're going to sign like 10 distributors from it. So do that, make good content, and make sure you're sharing it all throughout the day, all throughout the day, your personal life. I feel like I have a lot of people that they say that they know me because I'm constantly sharing. When I look like this, I don't care. I'm going live, I'm going on my stories, I'm showing how I am, probably no bra, feeding my child. She's doing weird things, putting food on her head. If you guys follow me, you saw Scarlett putting food on her head yesterday. And so I'm sharing things that people are going to relate to. They know that I'm just not all the glamorous you see on my social media. I'm not glamorous at all. So people can relate to me in every stage. What else was I going to say? Oh, and I'm sharing my story like all the time in different bits and pieces of it. So I've been in the business. In June, it'll be 3 years. So that's a long time. There's a lot to my story to say. So I'm not going to write out 500 paragraphs of my story, you know? So I pick bits and pieces of it that people are going to relate to. So I want you guys to write this down. I wrote up my notes so you guys can write it down. Where were you at in life a month before you found the business? So don't write the answer, just write down the question. You can fill it out after. Where were you at in life a month before you found the business? And then, why did you join? What were you afraid of when you joined? What have you learned since starting? And then you can say the things because of it works. So if you've been in a while and you've earned a few bonuses, or you bought a car, you bought a house, you've been able to pay for diapers, you've been able to pay for date night, like however big or small it is, it's something that It Works has done for you. It doesn't even have to be money. It has given you a more positive mindset. It's given you a group of friends. And then the last two were, what is my goal and what is my goal rank? So like kind of things you put on your dream board. And these are topics that can make you think about life, people that can relate to you, different parts of your story. Lots of times I'm like, man, I don't have anything to write about. I'll look at other people's pages, or I'm like, okay, I don't need to copy someone right now because that's too much to change. So I'll go and I'll look at an inspirational quote on Pinterest or on the Boss Babe Instagram, and they have really good one-liners that you can like change to make your own. And then that kind of gets my mind thinking of something. It gets posts just rolling out. So that's something for inspirational posts. So look up an inspirational quote and then just roll with it. Let your gears go. It's kind of like personal development. You get your mind going like, yeah, I relate to this, and so many other people are too. And for me, I was like, okay, before this business, I was a newlywed college student. We were broke. We were living with my mom. So I'll write a post about before It Works. And then I'll write a post when I joined, how scared I was, but then how quickly I was able to earn my investment back. All the trips I've been able to take on It Works. I'll write a post about that. Being a new mom. When I was pregnant, I wrote all about pregnancy things and what the business was able to do for me then. And now it's all about my being a new mom, you know? So there's different stages of my business. Every 6 months or so, it's going to change. And now my post for the next year will probably be about me buying this new house and how excited I am and how It Works was able to fund it and all these things. I hope that makes sense. But you don't write your whole dang story out every time. Pick bits and pieces of it that you think people are going to relate to you.
Okay, I love that. So you guys, at each stage of life, you'll have a different thing. And so right now, that is what I love to see. If you find someone that's at a similar stage of life as you, that's going to be golden for you to get ideas. But you guys, I literally typed it out. And so if one more person asks for her to say it again, I'm going to cut you. Okay, attention. I'm going to fight all of you guys. Anyways, okay, sorry. Everyone's asking. And I'm like, Anyways, okay. So you guys, these people that are talking right now, they know what they're talking about, obviously, right? And so I want you guys to make sure, that you're paying attention to them. But if you go and take a cute picture and then you copy and paste Shandy's post and then you copy and paste Eden's post, you're going to look like a big fat phony. Okay. You need to like use it as inspiration, not become someone that's not you, because I will say it. There's times where I do not feel inspired. And so I'll go and I'll take someone's post and I'll even switch it around a little bit. But the next day I'll do one like straight from the heart, as much as I don't want to. Your best moments to make a post are quiet moments. Turn off the music, put down your phone, read one quote like Eden said, and then roll with that. Like my times where I make the best posts are when I'm in the shower. I'm like totally talking to myself. It's silent. And I'm like, damn, that's a good post. I got to jump out and write that down. And guess what? Those are the times where people are like, oh my gosh, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. Now, the very last thing I'm going to share before I go on to Brittany and Brooklyn is, you guys, you have got to make sure that you do not think that it's going to be one post or one message or one story that literally inspires somebody to join your team, right? I've said this before. You guys, you're going to see, I did a post or a video yesterday explaining some of the promotions, right? And I want all of you guys to shout yourself out every time you enroll a customer or distributor. This is what people tend to do. Eden shouts out, I signed a distributor. You go to her page, you see her last post, you're like, that must be why they signed up. You steal that post, you wonder why nobody's signing up with you. But what you do not see is the back end work. You don't see that maybe that was the person that she followed up with, and maybe that post did inspire them to start. Or maybe she had sent out messages, 20 messages, 30 messages a day for the last month, and it was one of those that that finally jumped in because of her post. It is the full circle. It is the consistency. If you think that you will ever make even $500 in this business by posting once and then putting up a story the next day and then skipping this day and messaging that day, you will not. Like, you will not. You need to go all in. You need to go in 2 feet. Go all in and decide that I don't care if you love your job, that's great. But if you could make 5 to 10 to 20 grand a month with this business, would you? Yeah. So go freaking all in 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts. No, I don't feel good. No, you do it every single day, no matter what. It is the full circle. Shandy, Brittany, Brooklyn, Eden, they did not sign over, I think each of them signed 15 or 16 distributors that last month. They didn't do that because they decided that one day they would message, one day they would post. It was everything, every day. Okay, sorry. All right. And Eden, if you have anything else you want to share, you can just let me know and I'll unmute you. Okay, I want to jump to Brittany. I see your face. Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
You look so fancy and professional.
Thank you.
You're like sitting up like, I have the worst. Anyways, okay. Hi, Brittany. All right. So who are you?
My name is Brittany Cabrera. I'm a double diamond. I am going for triple. I'm not charted yet, but I will be this month, so no big deal. And my because of it works is I was able to quit my job actually last February to become a full-time stay-at-home mom when I was pregnant with my second child. And ever since, I've been just home with my baby girl since she was born. She was actually born 5 weeks early in the hospital, so I wasn't stressed to go back to work or having to cut into maternity leave or anything like that. So that is like the biggest blessing to me through this company.
Awesome. You're amazing. Okay. So how do you prepare to sign a lot of distributors?
So definitely, like everybody else said, personal development, because if you are not 100%, you can't be 100% for your team. And I've definitely gone through stages where I've signed people and I wasn't 100% and they didn't take off because I wasn't at my 100%. And I think the worst thing you can do is sign people and do nothing, because if you do nothing, they do nothing. Like, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So like, be 100 and your team will be 100.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. And then definitely like prepare to do more. If you want to sign a lot of distributors, you're not going to like sign a lot of distributors and be like, cool, I'm going to make hella fast starts this month and I'm going to just be like working, all my distributors going to be signing. Like, you need to like prepare to do more than you normally do, because if you sign 15, 20 distributors, you're going to have to be working with 15 to 20 people every single day. So prepare to like get on a schedule and like work with those people and just do that personal development so you're filling up your cup, because you can't, like everybody always says, you can't pour from an empty cup.
That is so true. And one thing that you just said is super important, you guys. Sometimes, how many of you guys have ever signed a distributor? Put it in the chat if you have ever signed at least one distributor. Because one thing that you just said, I want to reiterate. I have had girls who I ask people often, I'm like, how's your new distributor doing? Whatever. They're like, oh, well, she's not doing good. She won't respond. She won't let me help her, blah, 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 whatever. So the first thing I do, you know what I do, is I go to their page. And you know what I see? I see that they were consistent. They signed the distributor, and because that distributor didn't run, they became inconsistent. And then they're wondering, why did my distributor not become consistent? Do you guys know what? I would honestly say most of my distributors do not run out the gate. They start, some of them do great right away, but a lot of them just watch. They signed up and they're still watching me, and I'm going no matter what. Every single one of my posts is inspiring them no matter what. And then they say, okay, Christy, I'm ready to run. I'm doing this. What do I need to do? But so many of you guys are signing up distributors, and then when they are not running, you decide to slow down your consistency, and then you wonder why they're not running. Like, they're following what you do. And you have to realize that if I sign 20 distributors this month, you guys, and every single one of them cancels or quits on me, I'm still going to be here next month and I'm still going to find 20 more. Like, that has to be your mindset. That has to be your mindset. But like Jamie just said, they're watching. They're freaking watching. And when you become inconsistent, they're not going to be inspired by you. Like, why would they keep going if you're not even going? Okay, so Brittany, let me see here. Do you message for distributors? Yes. Okay. So if you message, how often do you message?
Every day.
Every day. How many people do you just kind of go, or do you have a certain number you follow?
I normally go for people who liked my post the day before, and by like growing your network and creating quality content every day, you should have at least 10 new people to message between Facebook and Instagram every day. And then if I don't have enough people from my posts, I move on to my followers on Instagram. I scroll to the middle. I interact with 20 random people that look cute, and then I message them.
Okay, awesome. So with what you just said, so you said if you're adding and you have quality content, they are, seeing your stuff. So take me through that. Where do you add from? And then how do you get them to like your post? And then you message them. What do you message them? So the whole thing.
Okay. So I add from my followers, and I normally will go to their following list, and I'll just follow like girls that look cute on their page, that have posted recently, have been active. Facebook, I go to mom groups that I'm part of. If you're not a mom, go to a group that add yourself to a group that has something that you have a hobby of. If you like to dance, if you're a mom and you're breastfeeding, whatever, go to a group that you can resonate with those people, because when you add them, they're going to have something in common with you. And that has been a game changer for my business, because everybody I'm adding on Facebook is just like me in my situation with being a new mom too, or having an infant. And then with posting, I just, like everybody said, have a preset. I think it's really important to have a preset that matches your skin tone, because for so long I had a crappy preset and it just never looked good. I didn't know why it didn't look good, but it was just because I'm I guess too white for it. I don't know, but it didn't look good. Nobody told me it didn't look good for the longest time, and I wish I would have changed it, but I'm so happy I did now, because my profile just looks very bright and pretty, and I feel like people will literally just go to your page and be like, it's bright, cool, follow, and not even look at your stuff at all.
I feel the same way. I do feel like that. And you guys, take what she just said to heart, because I've told people get a preset, and then it's so hard to be like, oh, not that one. Not that one. Okay, sorry, keep going.
So, and then on stories, definitely it doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to not be orange writing on a white, bright light outside where you can barely see the writing because the color doesn't contrast properly, or bright purple, or something weird that looks weird with that color. It needs to be quality. It needs to look good, because when people are clicking through your stories, if it looks good, they're going to read it. If it looks weird, or you just threw something together without putting heart into it, they're going to just not read it, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but.
No, it does. It does. So everyone and their mom is asking, do you use Facebook and Instagram, or both? And which you obviously kind of answer that, but I'll let you answer that. And then, are you public or private?
I'm on private. I feel like I don't have enough followers to be on public. I only have like 2,800 followers, and I want people to follow me back. And there's more chances, I feel like, if they follow you back and then they look at your stuff, they might unfollow you, but they're less likely to just decline or not follow you back if you're on private.
I agree. I think when your followers goes up further, like maybe to 5 or 10, that's when people just start to kind of follow you.
Yeah, definitely.
And then do you use more Instagram, more Facebook, or both?
I do equal on both. I work Instagram for like an hour, and then I work Facebook for like an hour, doing like the adding, the following, and then the messaging on both.
I love that, because you know what? Why the heck not? You know, why the heck not? So, what do you message?
So for me, I normally message post likers, like I said. Facebook, I get a lot of product people, like customers from Facebook, because I do a lot of product before and afters. And I feel like if I post them every day, I don't get as many, but if I do every other day, I do. And if you do the quality, like tiny little cute captions that say like, go Marissa for like losing 84 pounds or whatever, like people like it, and they don't even like know you're going to message them. And then you message them and they're like, oh yeah, I actually do want to lose 15 pounds. So Facebook, I do a lot of the product.
So you guys, make sure that you are messaging all the people who like your pictures. That is like the free game. They're like saying, hey, please message me. I'm interested. Thank you so much. So 2 questions. When you go to message to offer the business and it wasn't from a like, right? Because obviously a like, you probably say like, hey, I saw you like my post. Are you interested in making money? Right? So something like that. But if they didn't like a post and you're just going to like your Instagram or your Facebook friends, what do you say offering the business?
So I've been doing the same thing for like a year. All I say initially is, hey girl, quick question, with a heart. And because I feel like I get almost every single person to respond to me that way, and they're probably going to go look at my page after I say, hey girl, quick question, and they're like, who are you? Why are you asking me a question? And so then they're already going to respond to me. I'm going to say like, hey, are you interested in my business? I really like your profile. And so what I do, my like whole thing is I like send them that, and then I go to their profile and I like a million of their pictures, not really, like 5 to 10. And then I'll comment on like 1 or 2, just super like inspiring, or like, oh my gosh, I love this is amazing, I love your shoes, like something complimenting them. And then I message them back and I send them my PDT message, and I send the exact same thing to every single person. And then once they respond yes, that they're interested, or like, what do you do, I like immediately go to the opportunity page.
Okay, awesome. Okay, perfect. So Alejandra has a question. So let me kind of elaborate it. She said, what made you go from 0 to 100 besides mindset? Like, were you not messaging before and now you do? What she's saying is that, you know, maybe you weren't a top distributor enroller for a while, and then now how the heck did you go from like nothing to top? Like literally, you and Mikkel were literally tied for number 1. So how did you go from nothing to everything?
So I actually was just telling somebody my story yesterday, because they had like a similar issue. They went from like being paid as executive to they promoted to Emerald, and then they dropped back down. And so another leader wanted me to share with them, like, how did I go from getting paid at executive for so many months, then getting back up to my diamond. So my only thing that I changed is personal development. The only thing. For so many months, I was working, I was messaging, I was doing all of the things, but I wasn't like, my heart was like I didn't believe it. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to message today and I'm going to get out 20 messages. And like, I didn't believe anybody was going to message me back and want to join me. And sure, I signed 2 or 3 distributors here and there, but from January to March of last year, I was signing 10 distributors a month. So there was no reason I couldn't be doing that every single month.
I love that. I love that so much, because I was hoping that would be your answer. Because you guys, it's just, oh my gosh, it's just like so crazy. It is just a freaking mindset. Like it is. It's so crazy. And once you like figure that out, like you'll just go crazy. And I love that too, because Shandy was never like a top distributor enroller. And then at our, conference, she talked to one of our friends and she's like, yeah, I signed 16. And Shandy's like, oh, okay, I want to sign 16 too. Let's do it, And so that's just kind of what happened. So, let's see here. What did you start to do for your personal development? So all these people, they might be new. They might be like, hey, I want to become a top distributor enroller. What the heck is personal development? Like, what do I do? What do you do for personal development each day?
So I'm reading like the books that you guys are doing for the book club, obviously. And like for me, I listen to the same podcast all the time when I need a pump up, because this girl does 2 episodes a week. It's called Empower Her Podcast. And it's actually a network marketing person. Like she's in a different business, but she's in the same industry. And so I feel like it's so amazing for somebody who is in the industry. And it's like 8 to 15 minutes. So it's something you can do like while you're doing dishes or in the shower or whatever. And it always gets me in that good mood after I listen to it.
I love that. Okay. So I put that in the chat for you guys. That's amazing. That's like gold, you guys. It's freaking gold. So if you decide right now, Alejandra's just got all the damn questions for you. How old are you? What blood type do you have? Can you send her your social? No, but really, how old you are.
I'm 24.
Oh my gosh, you are so young. Are you serious? I did not realize that. Where did Stacy find you? Or did Stacy find you or Caroline?
Stacy.
Okay. Where did she find you?
So actually, probably you guys don't even know this, but I was with It Works back in 2016. And I followed Stacy because she was a leader back then. And I wasn't on this team. I was just following her because she had cool posts. And I was on a team where it was a bunch of new people who like were very spammy. And I was taught to post like the bling green and black, like very bad graphic photos. And I literally promoted to Ruby in the first month and then like kind of just got no direction after that, I feel like. And I got a lot of bad feedback because I was being spammy. And I quit, and I still followed her for like 3 years. And I saw her posting about the coffee, and I asked her a couple times, like, does this really work? And she's like, yes, I lost 40 pounds. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to buy it. And then I finally bought it, and I lost a crap ton of weight. And then she asked me to join the business, and I was like, okay, let's do it.
I love that. You guys, see, there you go. And you know what, though? We've had a couple of those. That's where Mikkel is. She was on the team, but not with me, though. So it's fine. But you guys, like, people are watching you, and whether they might have been in the business before or they are just freaking creepers, I can promise you your next rock star is probably not going to come and like your posts. They're going to be a creeper, and there's going to be 2 ways that they join your business. Either you're going to randomly message them, or literally one day they're going to say, hey, I'm ready to sign up and make $1 million. And they're going to jump in and just freaking run. Like, I don't know why it happens that way, but like, I feel like it's the best people that just creep. Like, they don't ever say anything until they're like all in, And I love that too, because you guys, she led with the product. She got back into this business because of the product. You guys, our products draw people in. You have to get loud about them. So freaking loud. And another note, she kept following Stacy because Stacy was giving her something to watch. Like, she was her television. She was her social media channel, Okay, so is there anything else that you want to share? And then we'll go to Brooklyn because we are just so talkative.
I'm sorry. I do actually have 2 more things. I promise I'll be quick.
You're like, actually? Go ahead.
I don't want to forget, because I feel like this is so important as to why I signed so many distributors last month. So my highest amount of distributors like I ever signed was 12, and that was only one time. And last month I signed 18. And I think that was because I was literally, like they said, sharing my story in 10 different places a day. I recently started TikTok. I'm not great at it yet. I'm still working on it. I haven't signed anybody yet, but I will. I'm like doing videos on my story like every other day, talking about the bonuses and the sign up discount codes and my story, and I'm working from home and it's Monday and this is my office view and I get to hang out with my kids all day. Like, I'm telling the same stuff every day, but I'm saying it in a different way, and I'm doing it in video form, so people are watching me talk about my life. And I have people reply to my videos like every single time that I do them, and I never did that before last month. Like, maybe once a month I do it, but doing it so consistently and going live more often on Facebook, I really believe that is why I signed so many people last month. So if you're not doing that, I know it's scary, but do it anyways, because like for me, you guys, I have stage fright. Like, getting on this training is so scary for me. Like, I wanted to cry before, but you just have to do all of the things because that's gonna get you to the top. Like, if you are scared, it means you should do it. I literally choked on my saliva on my live this morning on Facebook, and I wanted to delete it, but I didn't, because people want to see the real you. And if you're being yourself, people will join you. So just do the scary things because it's going to be fine.
You guys, that's one thing, like, man, live on Facebook and then on your stories, it really is a game changer. Like, I don't know why. I think it's because people can feel you and feel your heart more. Doesn't mean you have to get emotional or whatever. Like, I don't cry on Facebook Live. I'm just always like excited, but whatever you're sharing about, be all in with it, get to the point with it, but just show yourself. Like, if they can see, for example, let's just say somebody was following Brittany and somebody was following me, and they were super inspired by both of us. All of our posts were awesome. But then Brittany was going live and she was like, yeah, this is my story. Oh my gosh, like, I'm a real person, blah, blah, blah. They're going to join with her because they feel a connection with her more. And so that's like huge. Okay. So was there a second thing you wanted to share? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Just really quickly. And this isn't actually, I guess, not about how to sign distributors, but I think a tip that helped me a lot last month with signing distributors was with their sign up. I heard this on an Ashley Mayfield live earlier in the month, last month. And she said she never signs distributors for $99. She always signs them a pack. And so I tried that, and I got a lot of people to sign up with product, and that makes me feel like they're going to stay in it longer. So if you're looking to like build a team that's strong who wants to like stay in it with you, like, try to get them to buy products, because if they're being a product of the product and they're using the products, they're going to get better results, and they're more likely to not quit because they spent more than $99 on their sign up.
I love that. I'm sorry. I thought you said for half, but you said with a pack. Yeah. Okay. Good night. Oh, you're cute. Okay. Anyways, she was pulling away from me. Okay. I love that, you guys. So that's one thing too, like, that's going to help not only your GV, but the retention of the distributors. Okay. So sign them up with the packages. If you don't know what those are, go to your website and you'll see them right there. Okay, you're awesome, Brittany. If you want to share anything else, because it sounds like you might, then just let me know. For being red, it's weird that you're like camera shy, because usually reds are not camera shy.
I have stage fright big time, so.
It's fine. You'll get over it once you're on stage. And then you won't be able to get off. I have a feel. So just really quick before we go to Brooklyn, you guys, we have some of our own team. We have Eliana, Stacy, Jessica, and Shandy all on stage at the Arizona event. So I'm super freaking excited for them and super freaking proud of them. That's amazing. But once you get on that stage once, you want to go back again for a second time. All right, Brooklyn. Where are you? Let me see. Y'all better stay on. Don't be rude just because the rest of us talked too much. Where are you? Go like this. I'm just kidding. You're going to poop yourself. She left? Who left? Brooklyn did? No, she didn't. Okay, I'm going to allow you guys to unmute yourself. Not you guys, just her. Brooklyn, you can unmute yourself because I can't find you.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. You're with your tan sweater and your blonde hair and the white background. You just kind of blended right in.
I was like, I'm the most least impatient person ever. I'm like, I need to talk.
I'm sorry. I know. Well, it was all Shandy's fault. She asked to go first. So then I just went by the faces I saw. Okay. All right. Brooklyn, hot toddy, amazing girl. You guys, you know what I love about her? She don't have kids. So all of you guys that are like, well, I don't have kids to post about, here you go. This is your tips. All right. So Brooklyn, who are you and how old are you?
Okay, so I'm Brooklyn. I'm 23 years old. I found this business. My friend actually from kindergarten started doing this business, and I started watching her on social media. I was watching her stay at home with her kid and have friendships and travel. I was going to school as a nurse, and actually just had finished all my prerequisites, and I was going to have to wait like 2 or 3 years to get into the nursing program. And everyone's like, you should go be a CNA and do CNA. And so I was just about to sign up for or start my CNA program, and I started this business in December. I actually got the hair, skin, and nail product from her to support her before, and I actually messaged her and said I couldn't afford it anymore, and she didn't offer me the business, you guys. So if one of your customers tells you that they cannot afford the products, you better offer them the business, because she didn't offer it to me. And one day I was just sick and tired of being broke, and I messaged her and I was like, I'm gonna do this business. She told me it was faith-based, and that's all I needed to hear, and I signed up on the spot. So literally, you never know who is watching you. And honestly, she was super consistent. She posted every day. I watched her stories every day. She shared being at home with her son. She shared the trips and the friendships. And honestly, a lot of people tell me that they want to start this business because they see how excited I am. They see my confidence, and they see how much fun I'm having. And so people join for that, you guys. So share about it. So yeah.
I love that. That's one thing, like some people, when we say share your story, they're like, oh, but blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you don't got to be crying. Like if that's not part of your story, you could just be like, hey, I was a baller before, but had no time. Now I want to be a baller on my own time. Like your part of your story and your emotions can just be excitement, and people are drawn to that. People want to be around happy people. And so you be happy, Okay, so how do you prepare to sign a lot of distributors, Rockstar? And you're on it every single month, just FYI. She has been a distributor signing machine since she enrolled, and like every single month she's on that list, FYI. So listen.
Okay, guys, so honestly, like when I went into this business, I went in with 2 feet. I was not going to quit. I was not going to give up, and I was willing to do literally anything. Like I do have a really hard work ethic, and I worked all the time because I wanted this to work. I was able to replace my CNA income. I didn't have to work a day in my life as a CNA, thank God, because I absolutely hated it. And I'm so thankful for this business but you guys, honestly, if you're that person that is like working all day and going to school all day, like that was me. And I know Jamie, the same thing. Like she built this business, like literally going to the bathroom and sending messages on her lunch break, posting. Like you do not have to be home all day working this business. But anyways, you guys, like I just really this year decided like I'm going to be like in top enroll. Like I've always done my steps to success. I've always done that, but I kind of just went through a time where I was like comparing myself, not feeling worthy. And I just decided, like, I just said, you know what, I'm going to be on top of that list with Christy and with Mikkel. And like, I can do it. Like, I'm no different than them. And honestly, like you may be looking at us girls that are top distributor enrollers and be like, oh, I'm not like her. Like I can never do that. Like, no, you can. You just need to decide and put in the work. Like I literally like was writing on my notebook every single day last month that I'm going to be a top distributor enroller. Like I am going to do this. And like, I just put in the work and I believe that it would happen. And literally it happened. Like just put in the work and believe that will happen. So.
Okay. So, messaging, do you message?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just you go. You can elaborate on everything.
Okay, so pretty much I hop on the power hours, and if you guys are not hopping on the power hours, we literally have 7 a.m., 12 p.m., 6:30 p.m., and 8 o'clock p.m. So you should be hopping on those power hours, because if you're going to say you're messaging, we have a million things throughout the day to do, but if you sit down and do a power hour and they tell you to message for 30 minutes straight, you are going to get out some good messages. And so I host a power hour every morning, and I try and get on the evening one every night. And so that's when I'm doing my messages, is on the power hour, and I'm not thinking about it. I'm just literally clicking send, 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 send. And so just like the girls are saying, like anybody that likes my posts, people that I've interacted with, like I offer the business to everyone, because honestly, it's completely changed my life. And I don't even know who next, like this business could change their life as well. So
that's a huge thing, you guys, that like I always use it as an example because I just see her right there. But I was doing like a power hour and I randomly messaged Shandy. That's where she came from. She was not someone that I had been watching or following, or I was like, I'm after her like I do to some other people. She was just a random person on my Instagram that I saw and I messaged. And before and after her, I messaged like 20 other people. But she's the one who came from that. Like imagine if you just did this every single day. Imagine what would happen to your business. And those power hours are literally so freaking game changing, because guess what they are? They're accountability. People quit this business because they don't have discipline. Like if you're not doing the work for this business, you know what can come from it. It's because you're not being disciplined. The power hours allow you to be disciplined, and they are in the announcement section with the code. We basically get on like this and we just work together, and man, your accountability is going to be there. So what do you message people?
So I pretty much use the one that's on the team page. It's really like, hey girl, I've been watching you for a little while. I add in a little thing like, I love your page, or your baby's super cute, whatever. Would you be interested in an extra income, or do you even know what I do? So I just use that one that you use, Christy.
Okay, I love that. So you guys, the reason why these girls get results when they are messaging is because if you go to their page, if she messages me and then I go to her page, guess what? I'm going to see a lifestyle. This business is a lifestyle. If you think this is a side business, that's great, the side income, but on your actual social media, it has to be a lifestyle. And I'm going to be like, ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. Or those products, I might be interested in those. So you have to be doing the posting and all that so that the messages actually give you results. Okay, so you're on a power hour. That's what keeps you consistently messaging each day, a certain amount for 30 minutes or whatever. You're using the scripts that are in the announcement section. So the big thing, the reason why people say yes to you, your page looks great. Your pictures look great. How do you come up with your posts?
So kind of just like what the other girls said too, like honestly, I will just like do my personal development every single morning. And like, this is huge for me, you guys. Like there was months last year where I was like, oh, I don't have to work today. Like I'm going to sleep in, I'm going to do these things. But you know what? Like my business wasn't growing because of that. And so this year I've been waking up at 6:30 every morning, doing my personal development, doing my journaling, doing my affirmations, writing down my goals, and then hopping on the power hour, then making my coffee on my stories. Like I'm doing the same consistent things every single day. And I got this from Christy in the beginning. Like she literally does the same thing every morning. She gets up, makes her lemonade, she takes her school, she goes to the gym. Like you have to have that like consistent thing every single day. And it's all about consistency, you guys. If you are going to work this business one day and then skip a day, why are you even doing it? Like you have to do it every single day. And if you don't, then they're going to go find someone else to sign up with that's doing it every single day. So literally, like I just do the personal development. I either get my posts from something that sparked, my interest on the personal development that I was listening to, or I go and look at Christy's posts, Jamie's, Mikkel, like Shandy, and I'll just get like inspiration from them. And then I go on Pinterest, and a lot of my one-liners are from there. Like I'll just look up motivation on Pinterest and I find a bomb motivational quote, and then like Christy said, you literally just like go on from there. And honestly, a lot of my posts are like the little things too, like sharing about your weekly bonus on Thursday, like Mondays I don't have to go to work, like weekends me and my boyfriend are going to do this, like I don't have to be at work right now. Like just think about those every little things that you're thankful for, and that's so many posts you can make. Like you're literally thankful that you get to be with your kids and your babies like sitting in your lap right now, like make a post out of that. Or you're thankful that you can take someone out to lunch because you got $100 bonus. Like just remember the things you're thankful for, and that's what is going to give you like some bomb posts. Like people, like some people will join for the $50,000 bonus, but some people like me join for gas money, and that's all I wanted. So I like to add in those little things too.
Yeah, every single win, you guys, every single win. You signed a customer, you should be putting that on your stories. I have a girl who, Brittany, she has been signing so many freaking customers left and right. She literally just started a couple weeks ago, but you know what? She signs a customer. She's like, thank you so much, blah, blah, for your order, blah, 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 on her stories, on her Facebook page. Sharing every single little win will draw in distributors as well as customers. Like it's going to be every single win. So is there anything else that you want to share?
I would just say, like, if you guys are new right now, I know we have a lot of people on here. If you're new and you don't feel like you have a story and you don't feel like you have like all the success to share, like when I got started, like Christy was saying, you literally just have to share every single win, and you have to share where you're going. Like I blew up going Ruby the entire month I went, and I was posting about how I found this business and why I joined and what it's done for me. So don't forget, like if you're new, like just share about those little wins and share about where you're going. Like for everyone, just share where you're going, and the more you talk about it, the more you're going to believe it and it's going to happen.
That is so true, you guys. Like if you're going even Ruby this month or Emerald, be like, I'm so excited. By the end of this month, I'll be making $500 from this business. This is what it's going to do for us. Just talking about that over and over. And a lot of the times you might feel repetitive, and that's okay. You should be. That's what selling. You're selling the opportunity, and it has to be repetitive or they're not going to buy. Like they're not going to want to be a part of it. Okay. Thank you so much, Brooklyn. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to say something that I started doing a lot more this past month was adding a call to action on my posts. I don't do it to every single one, but I usually do every other one. So like yesterday, I didn't do a call to action, but today I did. And so it basically just says like, kind of like to what my post said, but pretty much like, if you're ready to get started, like text ready to me at this number. And I actually get a lot of people that do that, and I sign distributors from that too. Between that, doing all the other things, and distributor host posts too. So, which I never did before.
Did you sign a lot from that?
From
distributor host to post?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's a huge nugget, you guys, because I've never done the distributor host to post for stories. And I know a lot of people have been signing a lot of distributors from that host to post. So if you guys don't know what host to post is, I'm just going to say it one more time. I know it's already 8:30. So you guys, host to post is really simple. If you're brand new, go to the announcement section of the Make It Happen team page or whatever page you're in, and I'm sure they have it there. And in the comments of a Disneyland picture, there's all the scripts for this. Host to post is really freaking simple, and it's a huge way to grow your network and sign a lot of people, okay? All you do is you have people post something on their wall for you and tag you in it. So just like what she said, she's doing stories, and they are texting the phone number. That person puts up the story, people see it in their network, and then they text you. It's really freaking easy. And then guess what you guys get to do? After that, you get to follow the loyal customer and the distributor scripts. It's all there for you. If you are not signing people, it's because you are being inconsistent, or this is honestly, this is the magic. This is the magic. Like once you believe it, it's going to happen, because people are going to be like, damn, like I better get out of her way or jump on this train. Like people will literally start to think like that. All right. So I would say, like, if you have any questions for him, whatever, but it's already 8:26. So I hope you guys have a happy Monday night, and make sure you put your enrollments in the comments of the video that I did yesterday with all the announcements, because I just want to see it. And you guys should be shouting yourself out because every single enrollment is freaking awesome. And make sure you know where you're going and you have your chart printed out and you know the volume. And guess how you can find that out? There's a charting video in the announcements section also. So like literally you should be able to sign, chart, and train. Oh, there's a video on how to train a new distributor. All of that is in there. You should literally be able to go ambassador. Like you just have to be consistent and give it time. Okay. So I love you all. I hope you have a good, happy Monday, and I'll see you later. Bye.